We are at Great Lakes St. Mary's State Park Campground in Ohio. It's much busier than the other campgrounds we've been at. Spaces are a little closer together, but it's very clean. There's lots of trees and they have lots of amenities. We have this nice corner lot, but behind us we have the dump station and some dumpsters. In the afternoon the sun hits us hard and we don't have a lot of shade, but right now this morning it's really nice. There's a 1-mile hiking trail through the woods. It has the amphitheater, and again I haven't seen anything playing. Group camping area to the right up there. Very large park. There's a small mini golf, basketball. Check-in is over there. Small playground. They have a number of cabins. It's right on Grand Lake St. Mary's. They have a beach. This is a very large man-made lake, but it's very green, and there's lots of warning signs about toxins in the water from algae blooms caused by farm runoff from animals and plant farming. Warning signs, danger. And then the water is very green. Apparently around 2012 or so, it was so bad it smelled. You could smell it for a long ways away. They've started cleaning up and it's improving, but it looks like they have a ways to go. It's a nice area for launching your boat. I'm not sure I want to go out in the water. People do a lot of fishing. And one of the things said you could eat the fish. Thank goodness I'm a vegan, because I'm not sure I'd want to. More caution signs. They're also dredging. It's part of how they're trying to fix the lake. Adding aeration. Just in case you were tempted, don't drink the lake water. They have a number of restrooms throughout the campground. The shower houses seem to be separate. They have a nice pool, a slide, and a splash area for kids. It's open from 12 to 8. They have a gaga ball pit, another little playground, pavilion. Restroom buildings. Eagles have made a comeback here in Grand Lake. Here's a replica. Oh my, a baby eagle inside. Eagles build nests about 4 feet wide and 3 feet deep. They add on to them each year. The largest one ever found was 9.6 feet wide and 20 feet deep. About a mile from the campground is this park. It has a 1.5 mile long trail along the lake. The lake is in the migratory route for birds. There's lots of Canadian geese, blue heron, and turkey vultures. There's a dog park. And that paved trail over there goes for 1.5 miles. As this sign shows, in 1891, the lake had the first offshore well drilling. It's a very pretty walk along the lake. A lot of nice big trees. We have a number of these shelters along the walk, and you can rent them. And this one has a fireplace. I just think that could make a nice wedding venue in the fall, and they tend not to be very expensive. There's a blue heron over there. I've seen a few of them this morning. Over here is a public beach. I get why nobody's swimming over here. Looks like they do quite a bit of boating on the lake, but it's Saturday and it seems quiet out there. We just stayed at 17 West at New Brennan, about 20 minutes from the campground. We came during the quiet time. It gets very busy later. And it had a delicious, reasonable menu. We're at kind of a neat park in New Brennan. This is along the Erie Canal path. The lock on Erie Canal. And the lock keeper's house. This Miami Erie Canal connected the Ohio River with Lake Erie. Path along the canal, I think it goes for miles. Restrooms at the park, and this Crown Pavilion. We're about 10 minutes away from the campground. We're again picking up the Miami and Erie Canal. There's a 3.3 mile trail this way. We're going to follow it for about 1.5 miles. Little park. Path's nice and quiet this morning. Pretty flowers along the bank. Been a few joggers on the path. Path under the road. Kind of a dark, low pipe. All kinds of different flowers. Something swimming in the background. Pretty out here. Quiet, away from the road. A lot of birds and wildlife. It took 20 years to build the canal, from 1825 to 1845. Use peaked in about 1850 and then began to decline as railroads took over. Could you imagine digging this whole canal by hand? People got paid 30 cents a day to work. Here's an interesting wheelchair accessible swing, but unfortunately it's broken. I'm texting the number, it's out of service. They have another one of those shelters here you can reserve, again with a fireplace. They have a little splash pad out here. Al stopped at the weigh station to check his tire pressure. These were the results, and he adjusted the tires accordingly. One of our refrigerator shelves cracked on the way to Watkins Glen, and Al is epoxying it. Doesn't have high hopes, but we'll see if it holds. This is the shelf that has a drawer under it. After gluing the shelf, Al put a couple of dowels in here to keep the shelves from bowing. Hopefully it doesn't smash the glass when we hit a bump. We will find out. I have a nice place to work out under the trees this morning. Today I'm going to show you an ab exercise. It requires slightly different handles. In full disclosure, I did this exercise at our first stop and I was so sore that I'm just now going to repeat it. Pull the slide up towards you. And again, I like to do 20 reps in 3 sets. Guess we'll see.